afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am immensely pleased to welcome you all to Beyond Boundaries, a weekend of appreciation and gratitude.
One word, it's a great association.
So I'm happy UBS is doing all such great activity.
I'm sure we are also going to give final placement to few of the students.
I also seen the adaptive natures of the student. That is very nice to see that. Looking for more collaborations.
Last time we did campus for the real estate business. Lot of changes, not like the usual SIPs or the internships. And great job, the team. Thank you so much for giving us platform too. Thank you so much.
About the students which I have hired, those are like I could see the talent, the kind of attitude those people come with. Those are amazing.
Yes, we are proud and we are happy to have interns from such great college. I can see the talented students here. So yeah, looking forward for more such collaborations. Thank you.
This is the first year we are associated with you and have engaged interns, and I really look forward that let's continue this transformation journey ahead. Thank you.
It's a really good concept. I've been here. This is my first year, and I'm loving it. And thank you. It's a unique experience. I just wish that all the students here take from their leaders, take from their teachers, and try to make a difference in the entire world. So, thank you.
So it's a great experience, and also to work under the leadership of Suman ma'am and Indrapal sir was also great. So we have learned a lot, and also our corporate team. So they have helped us a lot during different situations and all. Like we messed up somewhere, so they helped us to sort that issue. So it was all learning. So the main thing is learning that I would take, and obviously this award is also really important. So yeah, thank you for this.
Being a part of corporate team was really important for the journey of our corporate life. So there's a lot of work pressure or whatever it is in Asian Paints, and I could feel comfortable in company just because of the team here. Because the kind of pressure I handled here is comparatively more than Asian Paints.
I believe in one thing, people need people. We all need to help each other. So as a part of UBS, my journey started 6-7 years ago, initially with Professor Vidya, and then Suman, and of course Tarun has always been a great support, and now this entire big family. और बहुत अच्छा लगता है आप हक से फ़ोन करके पूछते हो कि आनंद सर ये चाहिए, प्लीज़ आप करके दो, हमें पता है आप करके दोगे. That's how that's how the association grows. So in the last 6-7 years, obviously from a hi hello to a strong buddies, our relationship has grown. So thank you very much for trusting us, because it's a two-way communication. If it's a one-way, it's not a communication. It's just a simple conversation. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So delighted to have you all today. It's an absolute privilege to host industry. My roots are industry, but I've been a decade out of industry. So clearly it's great to have friends coming back, and we learn from you every day. So thank you very much for coming here. I started my career as a door-to-door salesperson. Banging on doors, getting doors slammed on your face, not a good fun, not an easy job, tough job, really stretches you to the maximum. So navigating those negative slams on your door, moving up the corporate career, I was very fortunate to have got to the top at a very early age. So I would say 3 things I would like you to remember. The first one is the concept of what I call, which everybody knows as innovation. I call it an Alaskan. Are you familiar with the Alaskan story besides him? Okay. So the Alaskan is a very good story which highlights how innovation can be done in your respective businesses, in your respective divisions, in your respective parts of your company. So there was this, telecom company in a far part of Alaska. So they thought we will, stitch with telecom towers in this very, very remote location. We'll stitch it up and give connectivity, telephone connectivity. So they did that. They spent $20-odd million erecting these towers, got it all done, very happy, big celebration. We've done a good job for the masses. And lo and behold, a couple of months later, as the seasons changed, they started getting complaints from their customers saying, our self-service is down. And so they kept going back and figuring out that, certain regions, it's not working. And then they would figure out, but, a little later, the service would come. So there's no intervention the company has done. Service on, suddenly service off, and then service on. So they sit on a board after, this consistent feedback from complaints for a month and so on. They sit in a boardroom and the top management is saying, what do we do? We've just spent $20 million. What do we do? So they huddle together and they're trying all kinds of things. Let's do Reiki. Let's figure out, do we need to do what? Just no ideas are coming to the table. One lady in the meeting, she was like, may I? She was a juniorish vice president. She said, may I give a suggestion? I said, no, okay. What happens in typical large corporation, multinational, sorry, let's figure out. So they send a team to investigate. The team goes to the remotest areas and realizes that the line finishes because there's snow. It's a snow area, it's a hilly terrain. So when snow comes on those lines, you're lost the connection, right? But then they say, how does the thing come back, right? Because there's no intervention the company does. What has happened? That's an area where it's very heavily, there are many Alaskan bears, right? The huge Alaskan bear. So the Alaskan bear would go to these poles, rub himself on the pole, and with that, because the ice is very shaky, right? It's just fresh, it's not ice, snow. It would fall and the connection's back again. So they come back to the board and say, this is our finding, this is why it's happening, and this is the problem. So then they are all thinking, what do we do? We've made such a big investment, how do we prevent it? So it's thinking, so the, ideas aren't good enough. This lady again pipes up and says, sir, I have a solution. Like, they're so frustrated, they can't make any headway. They're like, okay, tell us what, just speak up. So this lady says, why don't we get pieces of meat? In that part of the world, it's beef. I don't know whether I'm allowed to use the word beef in this part of the world. So they get these pieces of meat, put it on these poles. You should go and put it on these poles, and then the smell of the meat will attract these grizzlies. They'll try to get it. Your snow is going to go away. So people are looking at her and saying, ludicrous, are you crazy? I mean, are you mad? This doesn't even make sense. We are a telecom company now. You want to get us into meat logistics to solve this problem. This is like the worst idea on planet Earth. So the CEO, slightly smart guy, he said, chalo, let's do a pilot. Take that one step. Let's try it out, whether it works, doesn't work. So she's very happy. She said, I'll do the pilot. So they take one remote region. They say, okay. Lo and behold, they put the meat, which is the whole concept of prototyping or testing or piloting. And they do it. And lo and behold, grizzlies come, the Alaskan bears come, try it. The solution works. It works. So they go back with that data to the board, and the board is like, this is bizarre, and everybody's like, what are we doing? This is not what we are, blah, blah, blah. There are lots of naysayers trying to hit and say, this don't work. So the CEO said, okay, let me go and myself see. He says, okay, rather than going, he's taking a helicopter to this remote area, and he's saying, I want to actually see this happen. I want to see the grizzlies going for that meat and, literally seeing. So he's going over that region, and bang, the idea pops in his head. And what is that idea? The idea is that when he's going over these wires, these telecom wires, the wind speed of the helicopter rotor blades, whatever they call it, actually gets the ice, the snow, which is just recently it's snowfall, it's taken away. So the solution came about, and they go back, great solution, that next time there's a storm, we'll have a weather map. We know there's a storm coming. We'll send a sortie of helicopters to that region. Just do it, and off you go. You've recovered. Now, what is the learning in the story? The learning in the story is that the idea was not that. The idea was completely as far away from that particular solution, which actually finally worked and was economical, and they could do it. But if they hadn't even done that 3 steps of the idea, they wouldn't have come to the real solution. And so that's like, it's like peeling the cover of an onion, right? When we are stuck in a business problem, and I'm sure corporates, that's what you do, right? Your management throws problems at you and you're trying to find solutions, right? You always trying to brainstorm, figure out. So that peeling of the onion is what comes about. And many times we don't even peel one side and we say we get to the answer. But if you do a good job of that, you're going to be able to get to many solutions which you can't even imagine. And the first be furthest away from the actual solution and can get you there. So have the faith to take those one step at a time in that direction. And that's why I ask my team, and I tell everybody in my team that works for me, every Monday morning we have a business meeting and saying, come with your Alaskan. With some idea, I don't care what it is, and we have at the end of the year, we have each team producing 200 ideas for the thing, and we then deliver 150 ideas, right? 50 because we just don't have the bandwidth, or they were not maybe that critical to the impact that they could make. And that ideation process is what keeps you far ahead of your competition and far ahead of what people can think. And the ideas will not come from the top management. The ideas will come from everybody out there who's feeling the market, who's testing the market, who's facing the market. So my advice to any young aspiring or middle manager or senior manager is that trust your teams. They will have the ideas. Just get them into the room, listen to them, and start peeling, start going through the prototyping. So if you do that, your companies or your divisions will be going far ahead of any competitor that is.
Pretty unfair for me to speak after Tarun speaks. He's amazing, and we know what he does to us here, right? The whole ideation and what he talks about here. He's the person who inspires all of us. As Tarun has been repeatedly saying, we want great ideas from you because we're doing it for you, right? It's for the industry that we are there. You are our customers, and education institutes finally are here to deliver to their customers. So we'll be happy to hear during the course of the day, and as well as in this session, if any ideas or any things that you feel we need to incorporate. The message is very clear from this, that if you don't embrace or augment AI, then you have to compete with AI. I think that's the message that we get. It's not just for the learners, it's for us, faculty, it's for all of you in the industry as well. So there is no way that we can ignore this fact, right? So that's what we are trying to do here, is to just start augmenting with the AI in whatever ways we can. And there are a couple of slides that we will go through. We have, as we moved from UBS to Universal AI, we've also revisited our vision, our missions, and it's pretty much clear that mission number one is completely focused on the way we do learnings, the innovation that we bring into our learnings, into our curriculum, the way we engage our students, and so on and so forth. And obviously this requires a completely set of infrastructure. I hope most of you had a campus tour. You must have seen some of our AI labs and various other infrastructures that we've been investing here. And it's part of our ethos to always take care of the societal. We do a lot of work, which the video also showed up. We're very grateful and thankful to all our customers. A big round of applause, guys, for our customers. We are not there without you. There is no doubt about it. So do forgive me if missed out any name in this. So it's pretty clear that I put it as a partial list so that nobody gets offended about that. And then lovely, and we are adding more and more, and we're looking for more collaboration, more work. It's during my days as an MBA, and for like 20-30 years we've been hearing this industry participation, industry academia. It's pretty clear. Academia has to take the step. The industry need not take that step. It's academia who needs to go to industry. I've always been hearing that industry needs to come to academia. I think it's vice versa. I think we are here to give, right? And for us, it's for us to go and work with industry and learn from the industry more and more, rather than expecting that the industry will give to us, right? You're also already giving to us by taking our resources, taking our learners, and making them career professionals and giving them a great career. I think that's what we are here for, and that's what we are indebted to you for.